Welcome to FRC Media News for Thursday, September 20th, 2018. I'm Keith Tebow. On tonight's program, we have updates on a couple of city street construction projects, the delayed work at William S. Canning Boulevard, and the two ongoing streetscape projects. And we'll also have a warning from the fire department on a telephone scam. But first, let's check in with the news headlines of the week. Our normal guest, Will Richmond, is unavailable, but we have a very capable replacement. We're joined this week by Joe Good, reporter at the Herald News. Joe, welcome. How are you?
Good. How are you, Keith?
I'm well. Thank you for
having me.
And thank you for pitching in. Actually, the two stories we want to talk about today were written by you this week, so it's good that you're here with us. First, you know, we've talked about this with Will in the past, the story of Star looking to build another drug and alcohol treatment and research facility in Fall River up in the north end on Weaver Street. The story earlier from this week in which you wrote had to do with that Star had been rejected and denied its building permit, but it was going to move forward with a meeting that was supposed to be held today with the Zoning Board of Appeals. Apparently, that meeting has been canceled. What can you fill us in on the latest?
Well, last night, the Zoning Board of Appeals chairman received a letter from Star's attorney, Philip Beauregard, requesting that they continue the matter until November. In his letter, he also indicates that he intends to reach out to the building inspector, who is Glenn Hathaway. And the way it reads, it sounds like he's going to try to change Glenn Hathaway's mind, and he's hoping to elicit the help of the city's corporation counsel to secure an opinion from him as well.
Now, what was the reason that the building permit was denied to begin with? And are these, and is the zoning board a separate item that needs to be approved for the project to move forward?
Well, what they're doing is they are appealing the denial of the permit. Okay. So they're trying to reverse that decision by Glenn Hathaway. It was denied because 3/4 of the facility would be institutional, and that does not coordinate with the zoning of the property at this time. Got it. Okay. So what Star is arguing is under the so-called Dover Amendment that there is a component of education, and because of that component of education, they do not have to seek any sort of variance, which is what Glenn Hathaway had suggested that they get from the zoning board, but they have not filed for that at this time.
There has been some considerable backlash over the proposed project in the North End. The story that you posted this week has to do with the North End Neighborhood Association coming out against the project. There have been others. As a matter of fact, reading online today, there is an opinion piece. Don't know if it's been published in the paper or will tomorrow, from State Representative Carol Fiola. So there's a lot of negative backlash against this, isn't there?
There is, and it appears at this time that the North End Neighborhood Association is getting very organized. Mm-hmm. I was told by their treasurer, Tony Diaz, that they do have some money, and that he told me that other neighborhood associations have offered to donate, because if the zoning board does reverse the denial of the permit, they are going to court, to Superior Court, is what I've been told. So yeah, there's an organized fight for sure.
Now, what has been the general reason for the opposition to this project, from what you understand?
I believe what I'm hearing is that people just feel that Fall River has done their share. This would be the third facility in the city, and they want other communities to step up to the plate and you know, have treatment for folks, not just here in Fall River. That's mainly what I'm hearing.
Yeah. All right, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. As again, the Zoning Board of Appeals meeting concerning Star has been canceled, at least that part of it. I don't know if there was anything, there are other items on the zoning board agenda, I would suspect, for today.
There were,
Okay.
but to be honest, I was focused on that.
Right,
so,
right. No, I'm just letting people know that the meeting of the zoning board has not been canceled. This item
No, the meeting has not been canceled.
will not be taken up.
This agenda item,
Right.
yes. And they're asking to continue it to the November meeting.
All right. Elsewhere this week, you had a story in the paper about some Fall River School repair projects. Some of them moving forward, others may not be moving forward. Fill us in on some of the details there, Joe.
So, and this has been in the works for a while. There's a proposal for $2.97 million in repairs at the Tansy School, which is going to be getting about 70% reimbursement from the MSBA.
Right.
The problem is with the Watson School. That's a $10.2 million proposal. They're having to go back to the drawing board, rework that because sort of probably the scope cannot be as big as it is because essentially city law, if you have a project that gets 51% reimbursement, it does not have to go before the voters.
Right.
That would not be the case with Watson right now. They're only getting 30% reimbursement, so that takes it over the $5 million mark.
Right.
The city would actually have to be, of that $10.2 million, be putting in $6 million.
Right.
So the way the project is right now, it essentially would have to go before the voters.
Right.
But school department is taking a look at the project again. They're going to narrow the scope and I believe try to get it under that $5 million so it doesn't have to go before the voters.
And it'll only be the $5 million of what the city has to pay, correct? If there's reimbursement from the state?
Would be only 30%.
Correct.
And why it's so, because the project is valued at more than 30% of the property, they have to go and have ADA upgrades. And that's where the cost has impacted the project. So, and that's not reimbursable. ADA is not reimbursable.
Correct.
So that's why they're having to go back to the drawing board and narrow the scope of the project.
Right. So the Tansy project, you said close to $3 million for new doors, windows, a boiler at Tansy. That's going to move forward, and it
sounds like it is, and it could even be next week's city council meeting.
Right. But the Watson School again has to be reworked. That project.
Right. Exactly.
All right, Joe Good from the Herald News. Thanks for pinch hitting again. Good job. We'll talk again soon. Take care.
You too. Thank you. Bye.
We'll have more FRC Media News right after this.
Some job descriptions on the latest hot jobs list from the Mass Hire Fall River Career Center. Prep Cook, 110 Grill, located at 560 William S. Canning Boulevard, is looking for a full-time prep cook to prepare cooking ingredients by washing and chopping vegetables, cutting meat, and prepare simple dishes such as salads and entrees. Job number 11015973. Parts Delivery Driver. O'Reilly Auto Parts, located at 171 Rhode Island Avenue, seeks a full-time parts delivery driver to provide customer service through the safe and efficient delivery of parts and products to customers using company-provided vehicle. Job number 11011973. Community Health Worker Family Service Association, located at 101 Rock Street, is in need of a full-time community health worker, responsible for providing support to the long-term service and support care coordinator in delivery and receipt to enrollees assigned by accountable and managed care organizations. Job number 11021137. Dental Dreams, located at 45 Mariano Bishop Boulevard, is looking to fulfill the following full-time positions. Dental Receptionist, job number 1102-6544. Dental Assistant, job number 1102-6672. Fall River Public Schools, located at 417 Rock Street, is looking to fulfill the following full-time positions. Safety Officer, job number 1101, 9013. After School Teacher, job number 1101, 9150. For more information on these or other positions, visit Mass Hire JobQuest at jobquest.detma.org or call the Mass Hire Fall River Career Center at 508-730-5000. On Saturday, September 22nd, 8 local organizations are teaming up to host Fall River's 6th annual Kids-a-Palooza. The afternoon of family-friendly things to do will include games, giveaways, arts and crafts, fun with bubbles, swimming, and other activities at the YMCA, snacks, and much more. And everything is free. Activities will take place in downtown Fall River on North Main Street, at and around People Incorporated, the YMCA, and the Children's Museum. Additional participating and sponsoring organizations include Greater Fall River Recreation, the Fall River Fire Department, the Fall River Police Department, Studio Life Art and Performing Art, and the United Way of Greater Fall River. The Kids-a-Palooza starts at noon on September 22nd and continues until 4 o'clock p.m. Save the date.
Welcome back. While state money was appropriated last year to help pay for the $2.7 million William S. Canning Boulevard repair project near South Coast Marketplace, that project work will now not start until April. Here's an update on the design phase of the planned South End project from City Engineer J.R. Fry.
In the spring, what will be happening is we'll initiate the road reconstruction process. Included in all of that, obviously the road is going to get repaved. We're also going to be adjusting the curb areas. We're going to be repairing all the sidewalks. We're going to get improved signalization at Tucker, Mariana Bishop Boulevard, and at the South Coast Marketplace. That final design will be completed. And there may be some other improvements that we're able to fit in along the way. It does look like we're going to include bike lanes as well throughout that section. Street trees is a possibility. We're looking at a comprehensive update to the area, and it'll definitely be a significant attraction rather than any kind of negative perception for people new to Fall River.
Meanwhile, the ongoing streetscape projects in Fall River are expected to be finalized within the next few weeks. The city's Director of Community Maintenance has details on the final wrap-up.
So streetscapes are moving along. We have the East Main streetscape project going on now, and we also have the Purchase and Bank. I'd say Purchase and Bank, we're about 70-75% complete on that. We're a little further along on East Main, maybe about 80% completion there. We're looking to wrap things up within the month. Sometime in October, those projects should be completed with some odds and ends that need to be tightened up. But for the most part, those projects will be completed so that the citizens can enjoy those areas newly renovated.
Does that mean that the parking will open behind the post office?
Yes. As a matter of fact, we did the overlay already in the parking lot. We did the whole parking lot. That's a binder course. We'll be back in a few weeks to do the finish coat, and then we'll stripe it and line it so that all the parking spots are visible, and we'll open it back up, and that'll alleviate a lot of issues for some residents that come to pay their bills and visit City Hall. So, the Mass DOT and the state issue was Chapter 90 monies each and every year. Now, they have a pretty complicated formula to how they come up with that, but they basically take the needs of all the communities, they input that into their formula, and then they determine how they split up their Chapter 90 monies. For instance, this year we received $1.9 million, and with that $1.9 million, we'll be doing 15 streets. Not every street is the complete street, some it's sections. But that'll equate to about 2 miles of roadway this year to be done in the city through Chapter 90. We got started a little late this year on the Chapter 90, but everything will be completed by the fall.
A public health harm reduction program continues in Fall River at a local social service agency on South Main Street. Here are the details of what's offered to residents.
In the city of Fall River, Seven Hills Behavioral Health on South Main Street has what they call harm reduction. And they have a needle exchange program where you can take your dirty needle and exchange it for a clean needle. And they do not give you a needle unless you have a needle to exchange. And they encourage this for so that we don't that it minimizes the sharing of needles and exchanging of communicable diseases. And we also don't want people to throw their dirty needles in the trash or on the side of the road. And the mayor last year started a program where we bought these machines. They're called Sterilis machines, and they're located in 2 fire stations, one at 165 Bedford Street and one at 600 Globe Street, the Globe Fire Station. And these machines, you bring your dirty needles to the fire station, they're put into this machine where they're sterilized, and then they're chopped up into little pieces and they're made into recyclable material. That doesn't only pertain to needles used for substance abuse disorder, but if you have a diabetic emergency or diabetic condition, we'll also take those syringes back so that they can be disposed of in a safe manner.
We'll have more FRC Media News right after this.
Today on Hot Dogs and Cool Cats, we have Bella. She is a 9-month-old American Staffordshire Terrier mix. She's a female. She is not spayed yet. She's super sweet, super confident. She loves hot dogs. So Bella's favorite things are peanut butter and hot dogs. She also loves toys, but nothing beats food with her. She mainly just wants a home where she could go and have people who understand her, who will take time to get to know her and let her know that things are okay. At times with new situations, she does need a lot of reassurance. She's up to date on all her shots and vaccinations, but overall she just wants a home with a family who's going to love her and understand that she does need some time. As soon as she comes out of her shell, she turns into this happy little puppy that not many people get to see. So if you want to visit Bella or any of our other animals here at Forever Paws, come down to Forever Paws Animal Shelter. We're located at 300 Linwood Street in Fall River, Massachusetts.
Today at Forever Paws we have Twilight. He is about a 13-week-old male. He's very friendly, likes to play, very curious about things. I think he'd be great in a home with kids, somebody to keep him active. So if you want to come down and meet Twilight, come visit us at Forever Paws Animal Shelter. So come down and meet him.
The Fall River Fire Department is warning local residents of a potential telemarketing scam. Fire Chief John Lynch says that there are scammers out there calling local residents seeking donations for the department. He says this is a scam and no such operation is being undertaken by the fire department at this time. If you have any questions whatsoever or any calls you get from the fire department and you have some questions, please call the fire department directly at 508-324-2743.
On Saturday, September 22nd, 8 local organizations are teaming up to host Fall River's 6th annual Kids-a-Palooza. The afternoon of family-friendly things to do will include games, giveaways, arts and crafts, fun with bubbles, swimming and other activities at the YMCA, snacks, and much more. And everything is free. Activities will take place in downtown Fall River on North Main Street, at and around People Incorporated, the YMCA, and the Children's Museum. Additional participating and sponsoring organizations include Greater Fall River Recreation, the Fall River Fire Department, the Fall River Police Department, Studio Life Art and Performing Art, and the United Way of Greater Fall River. The Kids of Palooza starts at noon on September 22nd and continues until 4 o'clock p.m. Save the date.
The Creative Arts Network in Fall River is meeting to finalize plans for upcoming community-related events over the next 3 months. Co-founder Sandy Dennis is asking for public input.
We're asking the community too, let us know what you want. We do programming all year long. We sponsor and support other organizations. If there's something that you want to see coming to the city, let us know. We can work with you. We can plan events around what your ideas are. So give us a call or go up on our website, www.creativeartsnetwork.org. If you have an event and you want to post it, just go up on our website. You can self-post your events, and then Creative Arts Network accepts your event if it falls within the realm of an actual event. We don't typically do fundraising type events. We do community events. So let us know what you want. We're definitely on the move. We're doing very well. We've been successful now for 4 years. So from AHA to Creative Arts Network, it's working.
Now, what kind of events have you done in the past or are you thinking about for the future?
Well, we're going to be doing this fall Meet Julia Childs. And that's going to be an interactive event. It's a one-woman show, and she's going to be talking about the life of Julia Childs, some cooking demonstration. At the end, we're going to have some sampling of French cuisine or food, samples, little appetizers or whatever. We are looking to do something around the Halloween season, so let us know what you want, because we haven't planned it yet. We're doing the Festivals of Trees in December, so if you want to sponsor a tree, let us know. The sponsorship is opening probably the 1st of October. And then we usually take the winter off because the weather's just not good. I mean, it's snowing, it's icing, it's cold, people don't want to go out. So we kind of have a little lull for the winter season.
That'll do it for this edition of FRC Media News. You can watch FRC Media News Thursdays and Fridays at 6 p.m. and follow us online at frcmedianews.org. For all of us here at FRC Media News, I'm Keith Tebow. Have a great week. We'll see you next Thursday.